Application HSA Food Park LLC, doing business as Naco Food Park. Alex Tannenbaum, manager. Holder of a wine and malt restaurant license at 297 Mass Ave, has applied to upgrade the existing license to all alcoholic beverages. The hours of operation and seating capacity will remain as currently licensed. They are 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. Sunday through Wednesday, and 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. Thursday through Saturday, with a seating capacity of 90 inside and 82 on a private patio.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission. For the record, Attorney Sean Hope Legal Offices in Cambridge. I'm here on behalf of the applicant, HSA Food Park LLC, here with the proposed manager, Alex Tannenbaum, and also part of the LLC is Brian Lesser. As was mentioned, this is an application to upgrade the existing beer and wine to an...
Sorry, do you need spellings or you?
When they, yeah. Could you please, Sean, just give...
Sure.
Tannenbaum.
Brian Lesser, L-E-S-S-E-R.
Thank you, Brian.
Sorry.
No problem. Excuse me. This is an application requesting an upgrade from an existing beer and wine to an all-alcohol license. This was an application that was approved by the Commission about a year ago and has been operating, I believe, for approximately 6 months and without incident. This is a Mexican food restaurant, and part of their offerings, they would like to include margaritas as part of their all-alcohol offerings. If you look at some of their reviews on Yelp and other sites, you can see that their customers have consistently asked for margaritas to go along with the food beverage. If you look along this stretch of Mass Ave, this was a dead corner. Even though they have some restaurants, this was has a large outdoor patio which they've been utilizing to activate a corner that was pretty much empty prior to this. The adjacent restaurants, including Miracle of Science, also Craigie on Main, have all alcohol licenses, and they would like to upgrade one to add to their offerings, but also to be consistent with the other food and beverage establishments within the area. In preparation for this application, we reached out to patrons and people in the community. I have here a list of over 500 signatures collected at the restaurant. Many of those are Cambridge residents, excuse me. But because it's close proximity to MIT, you'll have people from all over the Boston metro area, but there is a good amount of Cambridge residents. In additional, because this application was approved fairly recently, there was initially extensive neighborhood outreach. Went to the Cambridge Port Neighborhood Association, Area 4 Coalition for the initial beer and wine. And those groups have also fully supported the restaurant in terms of attending and patronizing the establishment. We also did reach out to city councilors, both Dennis Benzon and Denise Simmons, who are from the Area 4 neighborhood and who are in close proximity to the restaurant as well. I don't believe that there was any additional letters of support, but we did speak with them, and they support the application as well. I'd just lastly like to say that I think that Mr. Lesser is an experienced restaurant owner, and Mr. Tannenbaum has been overseeing the operations of the beer and wine. I'd say the restaurant is thriving. I do think that with the winter weather coming, a large part of the seating is a private outdoor patio, and an all-alcohol license will allow patrons to utilize the interior and hopefully be able to drive with this offering of margaritas and other all-alcoholic beverages. Will be able to maintain the level of the restaurant during the colder winter months. I think the patio has been an attractive amenity for the neighborhood and for the community, and so this is very timely as we head into what might be a very long cold winter season.
And it's a private patio, there's not seating on the sidewalk.
That's right. And just to be clear, so nothing is changing, the seating capacity isn't changing, the hours aren't changing whatsoever. I did notice on the application, we have an 8 a.m. opening time on Sunday. We know that by state law that alcohol on Sundays can't be served until 10 a.m. I think the application was focused on keeping everything the same, but they'd like to amend that. I don't believe that we were allowed to serve alcohol at 8 a.m. on Sunday, so that was our mistake in filing. I think the intent was to make sure that the hours stayed the same.
So the commissioners did receive a communication from a nearby church asking that no alcohol be served on Sunday until after 2 o'clock.
That's right.
Your
saw the email only today.
Okay, so is that something that, would you amend your application to comply with that, or do you have a reason why you don't want to do that?
I do have a reason. One, it's not clear that the church understood that this is an existing beer and wine. It does reference that no alcoholic beverages be served, and we have been open for 6 months serving beer and wine. I would say that there's, and you tell me, correct me if I'm wrong, there's been no complaint from the church or I believe to the commission about our operation of beer and wine. I'd also say that within the Main Street, there is, as I mentioned, Crazy in Maine and also Miracle of Science who do have brunch offerings. So again, we're looking to be consistent with the other offerings in terms of the time and the type of alcohol or food that's being offered. We thought that if we delayed it till 2 o'clock, we would be at a significant disadvantage in terms of just the offerings of what they offer. There is a brunch menu that is going to be served. I don't think the intent is that we need to serve hard liquor first thing in the morning. We just want to have what the other restaurants have to be able to be competitive. And I think that what would likely be served before 2 o'clock could be things like margaritas that complement the food. As you can see in the layout and the setup, it's not set up as a bar. It's a restaurant first. They do have some TVs, and people may like to watch sport games on Sundays, but I think it would be an additional hardship if we were being able to be delayed to 2 o'clock to serve alcohol on Sundays.
So to be clear, presently you have a beer and wine, and presently you're allowed to serve beer and wine from 10 o'clock on.
That's right.
Okay. So this would be consistent with the present.
That's right. We really want it to be.
Just want to make sure there was no concessions made on that 10 o'clock. It is been 10 o'clock since. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Have your clients made any efforts to purchase an existing alcohol license?
Yes, we've had Jim reach out. We've been in contact with Jim Rafferty as well, we've been working with, and Jim has reached out and has not found anything that's available in the marketplace. That was one of the first considerations that we had spoken with. The other piece as far as our lease timeline as well.
I'm sorry.
So the answer was, yes, he did reach out. To
No,
see if
I heard that. There's the last part about
Oh,
release timeline.
the length of our lease also didn't dictate a long time. I mean, we're probably, I don't know how many more years left, but MIT's our landlord. But the answer is, to your question, yes, he did reach out to take a look.
Okay, thanks. Are there any members of the public who would like to be heard on this matter? None? Further questions?
One more question. So there's internal changes. You're not going to rearrange so there's a bar set up or anything other than this
Nope.
is to serve a table service with food menu?
That's right. I mean, there is an existing bar.
There is an existing bar already. We're making no physical changes other than putting in an ice well behind the bar.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And so Mr. Tannenbaum would continue to be the manager?
That's right.
Okay. Have you managed any place with an all alcohol license before?
So I spent the year and a half prior to opening Naco Taco working with Brian at a number of his restaurants throughout the city. Never managing a full liquor license, but I've been in charge of Naco since we opened and handling beer and wine and done all the training that's required and have several very experienced people on the staff as well who have been through this at a number of restaurants.
Okay. Anything from the executive director?
No paperwork is in order.
Is everyone up to date on the 21 food?
Yes.
So is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve HF City Park Food LLC, Naco Taco, for the hours of operation as stated for an all alcohol license.
For the 10 a.m.
10 a.m. on Sunday, which is standard.
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor? Aye.
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 3-0. You're approved.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.